You know, chronicling the absolute calamity that is the Acolyte week after week has been one of the most intellectually draining experiences of my entire career. It's like watching someone exhume the corpse of a beloved relative, bend it over a table, and do the kind of things to it that would make Tatiana blush, and then having to describe the whole thing in excruciating detail for the entertainment of others.
You can't keep getting away with it!
Well, this is it. The final episode of this
Human
So without further ado, let's get this crap over with. The episode begins with strong female protagonist wearing a gimp mask and breathing really heavy, which is how a lot of good Saturday nights begin for me, because she's just had a vision of her sister murdering Squid Game guy, because she can see into the future now, don't you know? Wow, that's a pretty useful skill right there. Shame it was never used or mentioned before or after this precise moment in the story. It's almost like the writers couldn't think of any other way to reunite the two sisters in time for the finale, so they just decided, what the hell, May can see into the future now, or something. So anyway, her and discount Ezra Miller... In fact, forget that, this actor's officially getting upgraded to premium Ezra Miller, because he's way better than that walking flesh lump ever was. Anyway, the two of them head off to Brendok to intercept strong female antagonist and Squid Game guy, because don't you see the dramatic arc that's playing out here? Our story is about to end where it all began.
Again, it's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
That's right, George, you must be so proud of what's become of your creation. Oh yeah, and Darth Plagueis shows up for absolutely no reason, like he's been locked in a cave this whole time and only just found the exit right now. Is he an introvert who just wanted to be left alone, or does he get nervous around the ladies? Either way, I think someone better check up on Star Wars theory, because I suspect he's about to go full scanners on us. Anyway, flash over to strong female antagonist who's strapped to a table while Squid Game guy does battle with his most formidable opponent yet, the English language.
I noticed the way you take care of him.
And tries to explain what actually happened to the lesbian space witches, but strong female antagonist is more interested in escaping. How exactly is she going to do that, you might ask? Does she have some cunning plan up her sleeve? Some fascinating trick that none of us saw coming? Maybe she's going to use the power of the Force to break free? Nah, she just asks Pip to unlock her cuffs. Wow, lucky that Squid Game guy never thought to remove him, and that he's somehow able to understand that she needs to unlock her cuffs, considering that he's a very basic droid that's just been reset to his factory settings, and has absolutely no idea what's going on right now. It's even more lucky that his head also functions as a taser to disable Squid Game guy. I mean, there's just no limits to what this plot device... Droid can do. So strong female antagonist bails out into an escape pod, and there's a pointless chase scene which is included just to eat up some screen time, before Basil decides that he's on strong female antagonist's side now, and disables Squid Game guy's ship so that she can escape.
Son of a bitch!
What the actual Christ mother and fuck is going on? Why are you on her side now, you little shithead gerbil-faced arsehole? And why the hell does Squid Game guy leave you aboard the ship when you've clearly proven yourself to be both a traitor and a saboteur? Fuck off, Basil! Oh yeah, and Squid Game guy turns his locator back on purely so that Soy Boy here can report to strong female character number 3. And honestly, I don't know which is more painful at this point. Squid Game guy wrestling with a language that he's clearly not fluent in, or watching this absolute talent vacuum trying to act. I mean, I've at least got more respect for Squid Game guy because he had to learn English specifically for this role, whereas Charisma Vacuum over here has theoretically been acting for decades. Either way, the Jedi are now on their way to Brendok so that the rest of the plot can happen. Fuck it, don't think about it, let's just keep going so we can get this over with. So premium Ezra Miller and strong female protagonist arrive at the Mountain Dam Fortress Village Monastery mining facility thing, and strong female protagonist decides that the only way to get in is to restore power to the elevator. How exactly do you expect to do that when the power generator literally blew itself to pieces and the whole facility burned to the ground 16 years ago? Oh, I guess it does work. Must've like healed up or something. Isn't it amazing how technology in Star Wars can just do whatever the plot needs it to at any moment? Not to worry though, because Premium Ezra Miller just kind of teleports inside so that he can have a fight with Squid Game Guy because the script says so. But that doesn't really matter because it's time for the matchup we've all been waiting for. Forget Luke versus Vader, forget Obi-Wan versus Anakin, forget Rocky versus Drago. This is it, boys and girls. Strong female protagonist versus strong female antagonist. Light versus dark. Good versus evil. Man to man. Jesus Christ, man. I've seen some embarrassing spectacles in my time, most of them made by Disney, but this may go down as one of the single worst fight scenes in all of Star Wars. Watching Amandla Stenberg awkwardly stumble her way through this fight choreography, clumsy and flat-footed and stiff as a fucking board, makes Rosario Dawson look like Muhammad I'm Hard Bruce Lee. Squid Game Guy is literally twice her age and moves with more speed, grace and coordination than she could ever hope for. Anyway, whatever. So the point here is that Squid Game Guy and Premium Ezra Miller are having a far more entertaining fight when the terrible twins show up to ruin the fun. And then strong female protagonist gets angry when Squid Game Guy confesses to killing her mum for completely justifiable reasons that for some reason he's not able to justify because the script doesn't want him to. Then she force chokes him to death and the three of them escape just as Charisma Vacuum and Soy Boy arrive with the rest of the Jedi. And wouldn't you know it, they end up back at the tree where we first met them 16 years ago.
Again, it's like toiletries.
Shut up, George! And now strong female protagonist has decided to become strong female antagonist, I guess, because now she's going off to train with Premium Ezra Miller to become a Sith Lord. Fucking Christ, where is this story even going? Oh yeah, and because strong female antagonist decides that the Jedi will eventually use her to find them, Premium Ezra Miller offers to wipe her memory so they can't do it. Wait, what? Here's an even better solution for you. Why don't the three of you escape together and then you can go your separate ways later? Why'd you have to wipe her entire memory and potentially turn her into a complete retard? Not that you'd notice much difference, to be fair. So anyway, May gets her memory wiped and Osha escapes with Premium Ezra Miller, and Charisma Vacuum blames the whole thing on Squid Game Guy so that she can avoid any repercussions for the Jedi and herself. Wow, a woman throwing other people under the bus to avoid taking responsibility for her shocking personal failures. Write what you know, eh, Leslie? And that's it. That's the final wet fart of an episode over and done with, thank God. And now that it's all over, the thing I have to ask is, what the fuck was the point in any of this? What was the show even trying to accomplish? What was it trying to say to us as an audience? I honestly felt like I had no idea who the main character was even supposed to be, who the villains were, what anyone was trying to achieve, or whether I was supposed to empathize with them or despise them, because every single aspect of the writing is so god-awful and ass-backwards that there's no reason to care about any of it. Osha goes from being Smilo Ren's prisoner 1 minute to leading him directly to May the next, even though he's out to kill May and I don't even know what the fuck Osha plans to do with her. May runs away from Squid Game Guy even though she wanted to kill him in the previous episode and knows that he's gonna follow her anyway, so what does she expect to achieve there? And Squid Game Guy ran away from the Jedi in the last episode, but then activates a tracker to lead them straight to him in this one. Why? The finale for any show is supposed to bring together all the various character arcs, plot threads and mysteries to deliver a satisfying conclusion for all of it, but all we get here is a bunch of morally confused characters we don't particularly know or care about, with motivations that change from one scene to the next, all converging on the same place for unknown reasons. And setting aside all the retarded identity politics that are basically just par for the course now with Disney products, the moral framework of this show is completely and utterly fucked. Characters that are supposed to be unmasked as villains have done absolutely nothing to deserve it, while others commit the most despicable acts possible and then get completely forgiven in a matter of minutes because moral relativism. Morality does not function like that, you fucking spam sandwiches. You can't go around killing innocent people who are just doing their jobs and expect the audience to empathize with you later. Whatever you care to define storytelling as, The Acolyte is the exact opposite of it. Nobody who had even a hand in writing this should be allowed within a nautical mile of a writer's room for the rest of their natural lives. It's not just laughably bad from an acting, production and directing point of view, but when you really think about it, it's downright downright shocking that something like this was even commissioned in the first place. Any studio head with an ounce of common sense would have taken one look at this script and deposited it in the nearest landfill, but I guess things work very differently at Lucasfilm. Instead, this is what we got. A $180 million joke that's done nothing except further destroy an already crippled brand and unite the entire internet in absolute mockery and disgust. Just another shit Star Wars project to add to the ever-growing list, destined to be forgotten within days of it being over. And as far as I'm concerned, good riddance. See you in hell, Acolyte. Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.